Hey, it's David Miller with the Miller Group of Keller Williams Realty. I'm here to help you get real estate smart. And the new real estate stats just came out from Metro Orlando. I'm here to interpret that data. So let's dive right into it here, and we're going to talk about inventory. What's going on with inventory? It's been going up for quite a while. Did it go up again? Yes, it did. But it only went up about 4% compared to February. And this time of year, we're getting into the spring, summer selling season. That is typically when people start putting their houses on the market. So that is normal. However, if you compare it to last year, it's up 78%. So that's pretty big, but that's been building up for the past year. So that leaves us about 3.5 months of inventory. So remember, anything below 6 months is considered a seller's market. So still, technically speaking, it's the seller's market, which means there's probably more buyers and sellers out there. But as more markets hit the market, we're going to start to see that possibly even out between the buyers and the sellers. Now, the inventory is going up because more people are adding properties to the market. So compared to last month, we're up 9%. But if you compare it to last year at the same time in March, it went up 20%. So remember the lock-in effect, where people have the low rates, and a lot of people still do have the low rates. Well, what we're starting to see happen right now is that people were sort of waiting for the rates to go down before they made a move. Now these people are like, we got to move now. Maybe you had a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and the 4th child was born, and you're like, we're going to wait. We can't wait anymore. Or you got a new job and you could do virtual for the first year until the rates went down, but that didn't happen. So anyways, what we're starting to see is people are getting used to the higher interest rates that we're seeing right now, or they just have to make the move. Life gets in the way and you got to do what you have to do. New contracts are up about 8% versus last month. That's typical. That's still in the seasonality piece of it. However, they are down about 6% compared to the same time last year. So I relate that back to the higher interest rates that we're seeing. The interest rates are going to dictate what's going on from buyer demand. If we look at closings compared to February, closings are up about 18%. Once again, that's seasonality. So as we get into the spring, summer, we start listing more homes, we start selling more homes. So that is expected. But if you compare it to last year, it's actually 13% lower than the same time last year. So those higher interest rates that we have are really affecting the buyer demand that we're taking a look at. Pricing. Remember, last month, pricing went up 5%. Oh, that was crazy. And that was after 4 consecutive months of it dropping about 5% total. So what did it do this month? Well, compared to February, pricing is up 2.5%. So for the past 2 months, pricing has gone up 7.5%, which is great news. Actually, the average median price of a home is $386,500. So that's the median price. That's right below the record high we had back in, I think it was June of 2022. The highest we ever had on record was $387. So I'm interested to see if this trend continues, if we continue to keep on getting appreciation on our properties. Average days on market is sort of staying steady. Remember, that's the average amount of time it takes from when you put your house on the market until it goes under contract. Right now, that's sitting at around 58 days. I think last month it was around 59 days. So what's the story here? Interest rates. The average interest rate last month was 6.7%. And the rate the month before was 6.55%. So if you've been watching the news, the economic data has been positive, which is never good news for interest rates on homes. Remember, the interest rates are not determined by what the Fed does, directly dependent on the 10-year bond. And so whenever there's great news like unemployment is down, or especially if inflation has gone up, which we saw recently last week on the CPI, that is not good news for mortgage rates. So we are starting to see the rates creep up again. They're above 7. I think 7.1 is what I'm seeing this morning here. So that is going to continue to affect affordability, and that's going to continue to affect buyer demand. I'm interested to see as we get into the spring, summer selling season, which is the best time to sell per our last video blog that I did, how those two are going to clash. And people like to move in the summertime, but if the rates continue to go up, we're going to see how that affects the demand. So if you like what you hear, please like our Facebook page, as well as our YouTube page where all of our videos are located. Subscribe and put comments below. I love to hear what you think about what I think, and then maybe we can get some dialogue going. So I hope that you are now real estate smart.